More than 2,000 years ago, when Egypt was the jewel of the ancient world, filled with gold, pyramids, and power, there lived a woman whose name would never fade. Cleopatra the Seventh Philopater. She was beautiful, yes, but far more than that, she was brilliant, political, multilingual, and ambitious. Her story is not just about romance, it's about power, survival, and the fall of a great civilization. Early life. Cleopatra was born in 69 BCE in Alexandria, Egypt, into the Ptolemaic dynasty, a Greek royal family that had ruled Egypt since Alexander the Great conquered it 300 years earlier. Even though she was Greek by blood, Cleopatra embraced Egyptian culture, unlike her ancestors. She learned the Egyptian language, the first Ptolemaic ruler to do so, studied science, politics, and philosophy, and surrounded herself with scholars. Her name, Cleopatra Philopater, means glory of her father. From a young age, she showed intelligence and charm, two weapons that would define her reign. Becoming queen. When her father, Ptolemy XII, died, Cleopatra was only 18 years old. She was made co-ruler with her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII, who was just 10. But Egypt was full of political tension, greedy advisors, Roman interference, and a young queen trying to prove herself. Cleopatra wanted to rule independently, but her brother's powerful supporters pushed her out. She was forced to flee Egypt in disguise, humiliated, betrayed, and alone. The meeting with Julius Caesar. In 48 BCE, the powerful Roman general Julius Caesar arrived in Alexandria. Egypt owed Rome a great debt, and Caesar came to secure it. Cleopatra saw an opportunity. She needed Caesar's support to regain her throne. Legend says she had herself smuggled into the royal palace, rolled inside a carpet or bed sack, and unrolled in front of Caesar. The scene was dramatic. A young, confident queen risking everything to meet the most powerful man in the world. Caesar was captivated, not only by her beauty, but by her intelligence and courage. He helped her defeat her brother's army, and in 47 BCE, Cleopatra reclaimed the throne as Queen of Egypt. She ruled alongside her younger brother, Ptolemy XIV, but she was the real power behind the throne. Cleopatra and Caesar. Their relationship soon turned romantic. Cleopatra gave birth to a son named Ptolemy XV, Caesarion, believed to be Julius Caesar's child. She traveled with Caesar to Rome, a daring move for a foreign queen. She stayed in one of Caesar's villas and fascinated the Roman elite with her charm, knowledge, and Egyptian luxury. But her presence also caused scandal. Caesar was already married. In 44 BCE, everything changed. Julius Caesar was assassinated by his own senators. Cleopatra fled back to Egypt with her son, the heir she believed could one day unite Rome and Egypt. Cleopatra and Mark Antony. After Caesar's death, Rome fell into chaos. Two men rose to power, Mark Antony and Octavian, later known as Emperor Augustus. In 41 BCE, Mark Antony summoned Cleopatra to meet him in Tarsus, modern-day Turkey. Knowing Antony loved grandeur, Cleopatra arrived in royal style, sailing up the river on a golden barge, dressed as the goddess Isis, surrounded by musicians, scented air, and silk banners. Antony was enchanted. Their political alliance quickly became a deep romance. They shared love, laughter, and strategy. Cleopatra bore him 3 children, and together they ruled the East, while Octavian ruled the West. To the Egyptian people, Cleopatra was a living goddess, beautiful, wise, and powerful. To Rome, She was a threat, a foreign queen who had bewitched one of Rome's greatest generals. The downfall. Octavian began spreading propaganda. He accused Cleopatra of using witchcraft to control Antony, of plotting to overthrow Rome. In 31 BCE, war broke out, the Battle of Actium. Cleopatra and Antony's combined fleet faced Octavian's forces. But during the battle, Cleopatra's ships retreated and Antony followed, leading to a crushing defeat. They escaped to Egypt, hearts broken, power fading. Octavian pursued them all the way to Alexandria. Surrounded by enemy forces, Antony was told, falsely, that Cleopatra had died. In despair, he fell on his own sword, dying in Cleopatra's arms. When Octavian entered her palace, Cleopatra tried once last to negotiate, offering him wealth and allegiance, but she soon realized he planned to take her to Rome as a prisoner. She refused to be paraded as a trophy. On August 12th, 30 BCE, Cleopatra ended her life, the last act of a queen who refused to bow to anyone. According to most historians, she used an asp, or Egyptian cobra, to poison herself, though some believe she took a deadly mix of herbs. She was 39 years old. Octavian allowed her to be buried beside Antony, honoring her final wish. With her death, Egypt became a province of Rome, and the Ptolemaic dynasty, the last Egyptian royal line, ended. Cleopatra's legacy. For centuries, Cleopatra was remembered as a woman of extraordinary beauty. But modern historians know she was far more than that. She spoke 9 languages, studied mathematics, astronomy, and philosophy. She was a naval commander, economist, and political genius who ruled during one of the most dangerous times in Egypt's history. She preserved her country's independence for as long as she could, balancing between empires with intelligence and grace. To Egypt, she remains a symbol of pride and resilience. To the world, she is a reminder that power and beauty can exist together, but both are fragile before fate. Quick fact summary from video voiceover ending. Full name, Cleopatra VII Philopator. Born in 69 BCE in Alexandria, Egypt. Died 30 BCE at age 39. Ruled Egypt 51 to 30 BCE. Spoke Greek, Egyptian, Hebrew, Latin, and several others. Lovers Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Children, 4, including Caesarion. Famous for her intelligence, diplomacy, and tragic death. Legacy, the last pharaoh of Egypt and one of history's most powerful women. Closing line. Cleopatra's beauty may have faded into legend, but her brilliance, courage, and defiance against empires still echo through time.